All right, let's watch the good liars in Milwaukee.
No exceptions.
So this says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And that's from the Bible?
Yeah, from Jeremiah 1. Right. So God knows these babies in the womb. He has a purpose and a destiny for each child. They shouldn't be killed.
Didn't he kill all the firstborn sons in Egypt?
Mass abortion. That's what God was doing. He was doing abortions.
I think I'm done.
We're here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home of the 2024 Republican.
You don't understand. Christians don't give a f.
The Bible isn't actually.
Christians don't give a f killing babies. They love it in Gaza. What are you talking about? It's before they're born. That's the problem.
National convention, an event in which Donald Trump will accept his party's nomination to be the candidate for president for the Republican.
Do you realize if he hit his head, we would have seen it live, Trump's head getting splattered? Yeah, it would have been terrible tragedy. A terrible tragedy it would have been if we were to see that. I would have been banned, after all, for showing gross violence. It would have been an honorable ban that I would take, but I would have been banned regardless, which is a tragedy.
Party. And just last year, we were here almost a year ago for the very first GOP debate. And that was an event in which Donald Trump refused to take part in. He was just a little afraid to get on the stage with the other candidates.
Yeah, he was a little too scared. He didn't want to take the risk. He didn't want to look stupid. And basically he said he wasn't going to take part and that no matter what happened, he wouldn't commit to endorsing whomever became the nominee. We're here at the GOP debate. All the people who are debating have signed a pledge that they will support the eventual winner. Do you think that's a good thing?
Yes, because I think the Republicans need to stick together.
Do you think Trump would sign a pledge like that?
I don't know.
Because he said he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't.
I would, knowing the little bit about his personality, I would guess not.
But now
it's not even a problem.
It doesn't even matter because everyone just did whatever he wanted, and here we are as he's about to accept the nomination.
Donald Trump was not at the debate, but his son was, and you were able to score an exclusive interview with Don Jr.
Who do you think won the 2020 election?
I think Donald Trump did.
But why? Because there's kind of a lack of, evidence, right?
You know, it's the whole not being able to complete a sentence by the existing president, someone who can sit there and talk about losing his Corvette.
What about the 7 million votes? What about the 7 million votes?
Ending our American energy policy. It's about every failure imaginable from the Biden.
That's not how that works, man. You can't just be like, yeah, he sucked. That just means your dad sucked even more. Okay? I get the sentiment. You're like, you can't believe that your pappy would lose to a cadaver, but that's not an argument. That just means your dad is even worse than the cadaver in the eyes of the American population.
But what about all the lost court cases, though? All of them. So I just talked to Don Jr. I asked him who won the 2020 election.
Switch the goalpost much? The excuses Republicans have to make to support Republicans are mind-boggling, yeah.
He said that his dad did, but then he didn't have any proof, and he started talking about all kinds of stuff that had nothing to do with the election at all. Hey, thanks for...
I thought it was interesting that he would talk about Biden and China and all this stuff, but he wouldn't answer the one question that you were asking,
right? Which
was related to the 2020 election,
right? I mean, what about the votes? What about all the votes? You know,
yes.
People want to talk about everything else, but the votes that were cast and counted, and then there were 7 million more.
Yes,
for Joe Biden.
What does the costume mean? What does the costume symbolize?
Dude, I love still grieving over Anthony Fauci in 2024. Where is there a mask mandate in the continental United States of America right now? Is this what you guys wanted to do at the RNC? Well, we wanted to go inside too. The operating room, great answer. You're right. Okay. That's not like a public mask mandate though. So Fauci's the new Benghazi. Yeah.
They're stomping on the freedom of doctors. Yeah.
What does the costume symbolize?
So who do you hope is the vice president?
I personally love Carrie Lake.
Now, I have to ask, Mike Pence was Donald Trump's vice president, and Donald Trump almost got him,
Fauci literally said he made stuff up so it's fair. Yeah, Anthony Fauci was like, we were just making stuff up. That's what he was doing. He made stuff up like MAID.
Killed. Would you be worried about Carrie Lake?
Donald Trump did not.
Well, the people were chanting, hang Mike Pence.
And give me a break. Grow up.
Well, but then they actually went inside, to where he was and everything.
So what?
You meet celebrities at some of these events we go to. Here in Milwaukee, I met Donald Trump. What's your name?
Real name is Tom Murkowski. Tom Murkowski, that's my real voice.
Tom Murkowski.
This is my fake voice, my Trump voice.
Let me hear the Trump voice again.
Oh, God.
He's worse than you.
He's better.
Dude, what the... Why are you shocked by that?
No, I'm just saying, it's true. Yours is much better.
You made it seem like I'm not very good at voices and
No,
impressions.
I'm just pointing out you're very good at it.
No, thank you. That's weird.
What was that? Yes, this is Donald J. Trump. I'm running for president 2024.
Oh, dude, that's
so
how you know.
cute.
That's how you know when an impressionist is good. When they start off by saying, this is insert whoever they're impersonating. Wow, this might be the worst. Bro, you had 8 years, man. You had 8 years to beef this up.
Also,
that's crazy.
Alec Baldwin set such a low bar.
Yeah.
All you have to do is clear him.
Yeah, he looks more like Boris Johnson. You're right.
He talks like Boris Johnson.
Oh, that's so bad.
I won the 2020 election. They screwed me out of it. I won that election. The Democrats cheated me out of it. So,
He's doing Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, why is he doing this? What the fuck?
My shoes.
8 years, man. You got 8 years to do this.
I'm going to win again for the third time.
That's the worst Donald Trump impression I've ever
You
heard.
really think so?
Pretty hot day today, right?
Dude, he broke characters like this. That's unbearable.
You don't have to tell the guy that has fake tan on and wigs and has bought a uniform that's a bit mean.
Yeah.
He's gonna wipe that face paint off now.
He's trying to make sure you can tell he isn't trying and so lazy.
It's the all-time record for this date in Milwaukee.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm just here to support Trump, but...
Does he feel like I have COVID?
Did I catch a little bit of heat stroke earlier?
Yeah, I sure did. But I'll be all right.
What do you think about global warming?
I just don't believe it. I think it's all fake.
Okay. We understand the difference between, regional,
is not a
climate.
Weather and climate.
Weather and climate,
Yeah.
sure, to put it basically, weather and climate. But it did feel strange that the hottest...
No, there's nothing funnier than being a Floridian and being like climate change is fake.
Yeah.
Every year they're further and further, more underwater.
And more sunburned
Yeah.
as well.
Just it's fake. They're gonna be neck deep in water and be like, nah, it's fake, dude.
of that particular date on record was happening on this day, and a lot of people who don't believe in climate change had gathered on that day to witness the debate.
I think global warming is all bullshit.
It is.
Turkish chatters, you need to stop trying to bait me at the top of the hour. It's not gonna work, okay? You want to know how I know this is a Turkish chatter? No.
It's all Turkish variations.
No, because that I is actually a Turkish I, a Turkish uppercase I. It's actually larger than a regular I. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because the Turkish uppercase I normally there's a separate letter, and I. I'm not Turkish. Well, you're using a Turkish I. Anyway, at the top of the hour, there's a
the Serbians.
What? We have an I and an He might just be using an L to be fair.
So when the guy was like, brother, he was actually just
Brother,
doing the Turkish eye.
Gift me, dude. You ain't getting no gifts, dude.
He's using a Turkish eye, Hassan.
Nope.
Give him a gift. What is a
Nope.
gift?
Yeah, see, it is I, not He might just be using a lowercase L though. Anyway.
Bullshit.
Can I see the outfit one more time? Yeah, just turn around. You just got so much sweat. You're just sweating so much.
Oh, he's
Yes,
owning
I
this
am.
guy.
I'm sweating.
These guys are mean.
Is that the impression? I'm very confused. Is this actually the impression?
Sweating. No, this is... I have a really good Trump voice, but honest, my voice...
Can you try and do it? Because we got a big audience. We'd love to see it.
Okay. What studio are you from, or what TV station or something? Yeah, it ain't any good.
I hate this.
That's Yo, that's kind of
Cut that from the video.
yeah, that's mean, dude.
Someone's kids are watching that. You're like, I told him not to put on the makeup.
Oh, dude. He should have given him
That's
like
the next shooter.
yeah. TMZ about to put this in the footage comp.
Oh yeah, sucks.
It was one of the worst Trump impressions I think I've ever seen. His voice, in his defense, his voice was going, "Ah!"
Take a picture on the move, right?
Yeah. Well, can we just hit?
Okay, you can tell that they were like running out of content. That's why they kept the Trump thing in, and that's why they kept this part in too. They didn't cut a lot of content this time.
Shake of hands, like
I don't know,
you're endorsing
who
me.
you are, and the questions you're asking me are.
Oh, I'm Jason Selvig.
Would indicate that you're probably not a real supporter. So
That's really rude. You know what? You just lost my vote. Do you mind telling me what the sign means?
you know, no matter if you're red, blue, or purple, election integrity matters to all.
Dude, cranks are the best. They're so sweaty, dude. It's awesome. Purple? How are you purple? How does one become red or blue or purple? Sometimes I vote Republican, sometimes I vote split ticket voters. Like, what is that?
U.S. citizen, election integrity matters to all. So I'm trying to get the message out that
That is the worst handwriting I've ever seen in my entire life.
my friends that are opposed to my voice, being a public servant, being a grassroots activist, being a boots on the ground, January 6th as the MAGA spokesman, with my quotes.
So what do you mean boots on the ground on January 6th?
I was the MAGA spokesman on January 6th.
What does that mean?
Basically, I was speaking on behalf of what the MAGA party should be, not what the people that were planning, to cause riot.
Right.
That's really not what MAGA is about.
What do you say about the violence that occurred that day?
I was described as I was on the front seat.
These guys
of
kind
the
of feel
Trump
like the
train.
Tyler Livy era of.
So did you go to the
liberalism?
Interviews? Yeah.
They're funnier though.
They're funny. They're funny, but they are just picking on some cooked people.
Capitol?
I was at the Capitol early.
Okay.
As the spokesman, I
He was there as January 5th. He was trying to do the insurrection one day early.
spoke to multiple news agencies.
Did you go inside the Capitol?
I did not enter the interior of the Capitol.
Did you go on the steps?
I ended up on the steps.
Okay.
Don't get him arrested.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really funny if
Who's
he got
Manny
arrested.
from Ice Age? You know the guy?
Yeah.
Raymond.
Zach Braff.
Raymond. He sounds exactly like him.
Oh, he does. Oh, he does. He does sound like.
He does not.
Everybody loves Raymond. Ray Romano.
He doesn't like Ray. Let's Kermit the Frog.
I'm Ray Romano. I'm the leader of the Trump MAGA movement.
He does.
He doesn't sound like that.
He does.
Let me hear it again.
He does.
So why were you on the steps though?
To get the message clear.
What was the message?
About election integrity matters to all.
Oh my God, he sounds exactly like him.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I told you.
Yeah. Election integrity matters to all.
No matter if you're
That
a
was
liberal.
good.
Didn't tell people to stop going into the building and stop storming the Capitol?
You know what, sir? I'm not here to talk about the January 6th.
Okay. I see the costume. What does it symbolize? What does the costume mean? What does the costume mean?
You guys like anti-Trump Republicans?
I was wondering what the costume meant.
Out the anti-vaxxers.
Hey guys, quick question. What's the deal with the
No,
costume?
they don't think that deeply. Dude, it's just the same as Israel. Like, they just make up what Trump's position is on that matter. Like, they literally are just like, no, you don't understand. Like, if they're like a Groyper, if they're like a Nazi and they're super anti-Semitic, they just imagine that Trump isn't the most pro-Israel politician. Like, that's it. And it's the same with like the vaccine guys. Like, they literally in their minds, oh God, this guy's wearing a YAF shirt.
What is YAF?
Gross. Young Americans for Freedom. It's like a young conservative group.
He doesn't look that young.
He looks pretty young.
Costume. What does it
Young
symbolize?
American
We were here
fascists.
for the Republican debate. There were a lot of Republicans on stage, not Donald Trump, as we said earlier, but a couple of the Republicans didn't even make the stage. And in my opinion, maybe one of the best candidates for president, I guess I'm going to say ever, is a guy I interviewed named Walter Clapp. Wait. Can I ask you a question?
I already got my ticket.
What are you doing out here?
My name is Walter Clapp. I'm one of the primary candidates for the Republican nomination. I'm from Montana.
For nomination for what?
For the President of the United States of America.
No, but seriously, who are you?
My name is Walter Clapp.
Okay.
It's my website.
Okay.
I'm running for the Republican nomination for President of the United States.
It's a joke.
It's not a joke. Much of the fourth branch, much of the administrative state is actually run by agencies that are legislating. They both legislate and they also enforce laws, and they often also are judicially enforcing those laws as well, or interpreting the laws. An example would be the FDA.
You guys see one guy with dark, like thick horn rimmed glasses and like somewhat of a prominent schnoz and immediately go Brace Belden. I'm about to start calling anti-Semitism.
I was going to say Young Chomsky.
I reiterate my position. This community is committed to fighting against anti-Semitism. Okay, no matter who's saying it.
You excited to get on stage and share these ideas on the debate stage today?
So I'm not going to be on stage today, but I am because I didn't meet the requirements. Yeah.
Where are you in the polls right now?
So I'm not polling because the polls. So one of the interesting things you learn about the polls. So I'm a lawyer. One of the things you learn about the polls is the people who write the polls get to decide whose names are on the polls. So if they don't include my name, then it will never show up.
How much cash do you have in hand? How many donations have you got in total?
Yeah, so I've received, I've got about $100,000 into the campaign. A lot of that's my own money. I've gotten about $10,000 worth of donations from just everyday individual people. Most of those are $1 at a time.
And your slogan, I think I saw your truck.
Yes.
Bullwhip bullshit.
You got it.
I have to say, you're my favorite candidate that I've met in this presidential field, maybe any presidential field. Are you pro-life, pro-choice?
It's not an issue that the president, that the executive should decide. It's a legislative decision.
But they pick the judges. They pick the
Wait, that's literally what Trump says.
Supreme Court judges. So they are involved in the decision.
Certainly. I personally am pro-life. If I was a woman and I had to decide,
okay.
I would never choose.
All right, we were close. We got close. I thought I found my candidate.
Yeah. Well,
it's a deal breaker.
Good evening and welcome to our special
All right, it's time,
coverage. We're
folks.
live at the White House.